Big L is probably. I think if Big L lived, would have been.
Oh, bro.
He would have changed a lot of things.
Bro.
You know, he had the punchlines and the craziness of Eminem, but also like the suaveness of like a Jay-Z or something.
Smooth, flamboyant for life.
He's the guy that made me know it wasn't like if we called ourselves flamboyant, everybody would have been talking shit.
Thing.
But when he said, I was like, okay, that's
like,
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I'm fresh to death.
Growing up, not that PC at the time,
Right.
Yeah, now Big L, Bun B, So
right.
yeah, I mean a lot of and really, I mean. Alcoholics, fucking Rascass, fucking Slum Village. I mean, I've been
all that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I had to add someone kind of like to my top 5 the other day, bro, or at least make him number 6. But Grand Poobah from Brand New.
Oh, Brand New.
Yeah.
Sadat X is probably my favorite out of them.
Like,
The
he
Wild
just had
Cowboys
that
album.
fire.
I have a song with Sadat X that isn't out yet.
Oh, shit.
It's dope as fuck, and I've got Dawit. I don't know if you guys know Dawit.
Yeah,
but
I've seen him last night, the other night.
He's doing the hook on that track, and yeah, it's I love Brand Nubian. I really like Sadat X. I really like Lord Jamar on the internet.
Yeah.
He cracks me the fuck up.
It's hilarious.
I mean, he don't like me, I think, as much as I like him, but I do like Lord Jamar. I think he's very entertaining, and he makes a lot of good points. You know what I mean? And he's also, if you watch him from early to later, he's grown up. He used to just say whatever, and now he's like very.
I think about that.
More
shit.
solid about it.
Well, and also probably he had a lot of people go.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
You hear yourself enough times.
And when you're
too.
wrong, and that's
you hear
okay.
yourself enough times too, and you fuck up, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Fuck, I need to."
But Grand Poobah is definitely the most fun out of those 3 guys. I just like Sadat. The Wild Cowboys album is.
They're all
shit,
tight.
man.
Like they really.
That's
are.
a team right there.
I just
dude.
think Poobah has like the lyrics. Like he's the one with like a couple solo tracks on the first album, and that's.
Well, the album, with Punk Shut Up Get Beat Down, Poobah wasn't on that album, and that's when they kind of got a little more mad.
They were beefing.
And then when Poobah came back, they did the Don't Let It Go to Your Head, and they got more like back the way they started. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I like them a lot, man.
Yeah,
I mean.
Fresh to death.
You talk about hip hop, it's hard not to bring up like Tribe Called Quest.
Right.
Ice Cube is probably one of my favorite top 5s for sure. Especially Ice Cube to me is like Metallica. You got your first, 5 albums or 3 albums, whatever, 4 of Ice Cube, and then you got the other ones. That's kind of how Metallica is. It's like there was a breaking point where I'm like, okay, I still dig you, but I'm kind of more on this side of things, but that's okay.
Yeah, and the NWA shit even, before.
Oh, dude, Ice Cube's bad. I watched him on YouTube the other day and watched him do that opening set for LL Cool J in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And it was dope.
Yeah, that shit's
No Vaseline to this day is the baddest diss track ever made to me, And Dub C's bad, and that's his hype man. You're bad when your hype man is Dub C, dude. Like you did something right, So.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about early Cadava days. How that shit started.
So Cadava, Bags of Dagger was what we called our crew, and in '99, North Denver, North High School days, and that was with me, Crooked Hooks. Dr. Rotten, a.k.a. Nate, Paulie Brolin. We had a guy beatboxing named Henry Hill, and a guy DJing named DJ Organic. DJ Organic and Henry Hill left after the first set of songs, and then Paulie and I made an album in 2001, something. I was already kind of living on my own, so it was after high school. Put that album out, and then he left also, and it was kind of me and Hooks and Nate, and we kept it going with Cadava Avenue, and then by then I was old enough to be playing shows, at least somewhat, and I met Ozma playing shows, and then Manic, who was also from North Denver.
So I was gonna ask, is everyone from the north or what?
Ozma was, I think Ozma went to GW or something, but Manic was also in North Denver, and Manic was always around us hanging out, and it was probably about 2003, 4 or something when Manic was always rhyming with us, and Hooks was like, we should just put him on the albums, like he's just dope or better than us. So then he kind of came into the fold. Ozma was in the fold. Life the MC from Raw Foundation was with us for a little while, and then as time went on, we kind of dropped the Bags of Dagger thing. We had an album called Cadava Avenue, and the kind of flowed. You know, the name stuck, the Cadava Avenue thing. Cadava Records really was never our name. That was our company. Mm-hmm. And Cadava was more our name, but everybody put records after it because they just figured, and we couldn't really ever shake it. So it's just what it is. Fuck it. It's what it is, you know. But it was, to me, it felt too much. It was too dated, but you can't really shake it. You know, that's our shit, you know. And then over the years, I guess Ozma kind of went and did his own thing. Life DMC was, you know, he was with us for a few years. I got mad love for him, but he did the one album and did a lot of shows. KO, yeah. And then as of late, we all still hang out all the time. You know, it's easy to hang out with your friends when you're in a bar, though. But you know,
right.
But Hooks and I made, you know, a series of records. He's on my new album. Manic was on the album before last that I put out 2 years ago. Nate's actually in jail, so I haven't done any music with him for a little bit, but hopefully he gets out soon. Yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, that's it, man.
And you got an album coming out, right?
I do, man. It comes out the 12th of September.
Talk about that album. What can we expect?
It is, it's called In the Desert, Not Defeated. I'm wearing a ring right now that has kind of you can't see it, nobody.
Right here.
But it's in Latin. It has some Latin writing on it. And what it says is, even in the desert, not defeated. This ring I got made to look like a ring that my dad had that he got from his grandpa. And it was kind of something that they would, I guess, you know, my dad took that they would say, and it was an old saying, but basically talking about our family, you know, not, you know, being tough, you know, not tough like we'll kill everybody, but tough like we're resilient, right. You know. And in the last year and a half, my dad had passed away. And
sorry to hear that.
But so the title came from that, you know, and a lot of the music on there, one song specifically talks a lot about my dad, but he had a rough last year, and I was kind of his caretaker, and right. So that was a lot of fucking work. But
I feel you.
Yeah, it's good, you know. But the album cover is really cool. Hooks is an artist outside of making music, and he actually drew a picture of my dad and my grandfather and my cousin, who all passed, sitting at a table in the bar at Bar Red. And that's my cover for the album, and it's called In the Desert, Not Defeated. So all that's very personal to me. But I'm at that age where, like, I'm glad if I fucking get 5,000 plays, you know. You know what I mean?
For you
yeah, but the music is dope, dude. I mean, there's a couple songs I play guitar on. I could play guitar just from my days of trying to do metal shit and everything.
The metal days.
Yeah, you know.
And then you're on all the production?
I did every beat.
You make all the beats, yeah.
I did every beat.
Still.
Yeah, it's dope, man. It's 11 songs. I got copyright from Weatherman on there, on the first single, and me and Hooks do that. So, yeah, the album's hard, man. I mean, I made a goal a couple of years ago that I was gonna put, you know, hopefully 2 projects out a year. You know, like fuck it, man.
Yeah,
you know, and it's I've been pretty much on my shit. You know, COVID 2020 helped. Because everybody was sitting at home on their phones.
Yeah.
I was at work.
I'm playing shit right now.
Yeah, you know, so I was just recording all my tracks in the basement at the bar before work, and then I would, you know, go to a studio and get them mixed and put them out, you know. So, yeah, man.
Hey, I was going to ask you, what was it like growing up in the North Side back in the days or in high school and stuff like that?
When I was a kid over there, my mom was a kid, and definitely when my grandpa was a kid, because they all went to North. Mm-hmm. There was more Italians, maybe, you know, they kind of, so in my house, you know, that was really like the feel, you know what I mean? But when I was growing up, it was more Mexican or Mexican-American, or whatever you want to say. But I mean, shit, there was, you know, panerias and fucking,
everything was already,
you know, places that made their own sausage and, you know, parks, and everybody hung out and smoked weed, and we all sold weed, and you know, we listened to a lot of different kinds. You know, Northside had the funnest music, man, because, like, we listened to fucking hip-hop, like, whether it was East Coast shit, or it was Hyro, but we also listened to gangster rap like a motherfucker, and, you know, like, Cutting Crew was over there, fucking, we used to, when I was really little, we used to buy weed from some dude in Cutting Crew, and he would give us weed, because we were rapping and shit, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was dope, dude.
Right.
You know, but my family all lived, you know, you could almost walk to everybody's houses, and you know,
That's how it was.
It was beautiful, and the place was beautiful, man. It had trees and grass, but it was also kind of urban, and it was close to downtown.
Right
And
by downtown.
a lot of parks, you know. I mean, it was had its spots or its times that it was kind of dangerous, and you know what I mean. You know, you knew which way to walk home. Sometimes, you know, a lot of parties would get shot up and shit like that, but not, you know, 90% of the time everything was just fun and love, and you knew everybody, and you know. And now it's a very.
It was a culture shock for me. I went to North after Manual.
My sister went to
Manual first. I grew up in the East Side, Swansea, you know.
Yeah.
And I went to North, and man, that was the whole thing. That was crazy to me is that everybody was really cool. I was a freshman when you were a senior.
Yep.
And so that was like, I think at that time everybody was just like so cool and hung out together. And there was
separation, a lot of,
little separations, but
not much.
There wasn't much at all.
No.
Even like all the different like little groups of kids hung out together.
At lunch, bro, like I'd go to lunch with some dudes that were hardcore motherfucking Northside dudes,
right?
And also like a dude that was a total dork.
Yeah.
And like, you know, and some hip hop dudes, and maybe a guy who plays football, and like we all just, because we had the same lunch period, there wasn't like a lot of that, like, you know,
that's
these guys
hang here, hang
from
type of shit.
Right. Everybody, there wasn't a lot of bullies and shit.
Nah.
You know, everybody was real cool. We're bullies. I don't know how to say it. My girl always says I say that wrong.
Right.
But yeah, North was fun, man. The neighborhood, I think, reflected that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think so.
You know, and I think having my grandpa there who, you know, went to North also. My grandpa's picture was in the trophy case for wrestling at North when I was there. And my grandpa was born in like the 20s, you know? Nice. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like that's old school shit, you know? Right. So I lived across the street from a park for a long time, and we threw parties all the time. We'd be in the park, we sold weed, and you know,
you're talking about that, right?
Yeah, man, I would roll up to this park all the time.
I see them as a little shorty, right? Because you're younger.
I was young, I was younger, and we'd roll up and after fucking practice or whatever we were doing, and go chill out at the park.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and my house kind of had like a stoop.
That's where I got Cadava Avenue.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's where I got Cadava. That's the first time I ever listened to it. You gave it to me right there.
Yeah, dude. We were always promoting. You know,
exactly.
But yeah, man, I miss it a lot. I go over there. There's a really good Mexican restaurant like 2 blocks down from Gaetano's on I guess 46th and Tejon. And my fucking head, I can't think of the name, but we go there and eat a lot. That's probably the most time I spend in the North Side because we love that restaurant.
Yeah.
But it's weird over there, bro. There's a lot of places that I remember being around, and it's like it just ain't the same. Right. You know, but whatever.
It's not for sure. I mean, the East Side isn't the same, and that was for me. I mean, that was a grimy place. Like you know, when you talk about like North, you know, there was like times there, but in the East Side. Emmanuel, it was always like
Well, I remember
the gangbanging was serious.
When I went to North, Manual and North were on the list to get shut down, possibly. And Manual was like I think rated as the worst school, and North was like the second one or third one or something. You know, and West kind of did get shut down.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Manual got shut down.
Manual was kaput, right? That was the end of that.
That's when I went to North.
Okay, so it was that. Yeah.
So
my sister went to Manual, but that was in. My sister's like 10 years older than me, so that would have been late 80s. You know, but it was shit then too. You know, it's too bad. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad to see the school still going. When I go by North, like the high school, it kind of looks the same.
No, it's different. It's definitely there's money now in the North Side and the property tax dictates school budgets and shit like that. And now I guess they're doing some cool shit there. You know, they got some. You know, I got immortalized there. They put Zoot Suit fucking
sweet
riots poster in.
Yeah, the Zoot Suit riots thing. I remember that. Yeah, that was huge. It was in Westward and everything.
I was on the front cover of the Westward.
Yeah, dude, I remember that.
That was crazy.
We hung that up in the cigarette shop.
Yeah, that's fucking.
We did because we were like, dude, we know these motherfuckers. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's where we would go from practice to.
Yeah.
To there, you know.
Shit, dude, I forgot about that, man. That's cool.
So it was dope.
Yeah, I don't know. I miss it. I mean. On the other hand, whatever.
It was different.
You know.
Even Lowell and 32nd, all that shit was...
32nd and Lowell, dude, when I was a kid, it was like Pizza Alley was there.
Pizza Alley.
I'll give him that. But like BJ's was where the, Three Dogs was BJ's Market. And like you go there and play Pac-Man and shit, you know. And there was like liquor stores and a laundromat. in a video store. You know,
coffee shop opened up.
Common Grounds was there.
The shit.
My little cousin, Mary Cavallari, was the barista.
Everybody was. Ellie was the
Allie,
Joaquin,
Allie and
Joaquin and Emily,
buddies,
Emily and fucking. They all worked there.
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
The shit. I fucking.
Dude, we'd go in there. This was later, the time jumper, but when we had the steakhouse at the club, we would close the steakhouse, and Tomas, that runs the bar with me, he and I, we get so fucked up after we close the steakhouse, and we go do whatever, and then we'd go to Common Grounds when they open, like, with all the fucking yuppies and shit would be in there getting their coffee, but we're just coming, we're like in suits looking all fucked up.
From the night before, all fucked.
Yeah, it was fun. But I felt like I owned it. You know, I walked in like, you guys are mine, and that's my cousin.
Right.
And she's probably going, son of a bitch, you know, like, thanks for coming in and being fucking weird, you know.
Yeah, man, that shit was dope. That was a cool fucking hangout.
Yeah,
you know, spot. You could just hang out there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the thing. Now it's too stuffy. You don't feel comfortable.
I don't like
just chilling.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we'll go over there and eat. You know, I didn't go to that thing at La Raza Park yesterday, but I went the year before, you know, with the cars and everything, and that's kind of fun because it kind of feels kind of
there again,
ungentrified or something.
Right,
you know,
for a second.
Yeah, but we didn't go yesterday. We had shit to do. But yeah, I wish, you know. But other than that, man, I don't know. It's weird. But even that's weird because you go there and there's a big old line of, you know, I mean, that sounds stupid saying, but like white folks that aren't not from the neighborhood,
look at the culture, like,
going there to talk to, you know, some Native Americans about something. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You know, I'm not in that fucking line, and I grew up here. Get out of that line, bro. You know, but I don't know.
No, that's what it is though. Now it's all a show. You know, we get to play a little culture show for people who don't have it.
It's
if they're making money off of it, you know, at least they're making money off of it. I'm talking about, you know, the right people making money off it, you know, not the white people.
And that's what matters. That is what matters, you know.
Because what are you going to do?
Right.
You know, it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. I like it when motherfuckers come in the bar, you know, from North Denver and, you know, kiss my ass because I actually was from North Denver.
Right.
But dudes that are actually from the north side come in the bar, it's different, you know what I mean? You know, the conversations are very different, you know, but people that moved in the neighborhood, you kind of tell them all about it. It's like you're taking them on a tour, you know, it's all bullshit, you know, and then when I see guys I actually know, you know, it's normal. Right. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say, I've been watching a couple podcasts and they've been talking about like this new generation is where they need guidance for everything like that. They're like, they want to know about like the hood, and what's going on, and it's like
they live vicariously.
Like, what's going on here? Like
everything is vicarious. I mean, look, fucking metaverse.
I mean, totally. Well, me too. I mean, you know, on my way here, I was watching The Boys. You know, I'm like trying to get caught up on that show. But dude, I was in such a weird space when I got out of the, because I Ubered down here. When I got out of the car, I don't really come, you know, this far down. What are we on, Hampton or Broadway?
Yeah, south. Yeah, you're from the north side.
Inglewood, you know what I mean? And I got out of the car and I was like, dude, I got to get my fucking bearings, bro. I was just watching these motherfucking superheroes beat each other up and shit. And I was like, okay, where am I at, you know? And I got here early even for that because I know where the area is. I know it's past Herman's.
Right.
Like, Herman's is about as far as I go.
That's it right there.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I know Herman's, so where am I going, you know? Right. So, but I found a bar.
I know as a kid, man, we never came down here. We might go to the Cinderella City every once
in a while. And the surplus store.
Yeah.
The surplus store, I would go there when I was a kid. That I recognize that. You know?
I don't know how old you are, but Cinderella City used to have like a magic shop, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
They used to sell the stink bombs. They used to
take
to
school. Remember, and then Fantastic Nathan's was in the base.
Fantastic Nathan's.
Bro, that shit was fucking sick. My cousin lived down the street. He grew up over here.
Cinderella City and Villa Italia I almost put in the same paragraph.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's Belmar now is Villa Italia, right? I mean, that's different.
I think you could quote me on this, but I believe Inglewood, Cinderella City was the first mall.
I believe it.
Ever.
It was that big and old.
Ever.
You know?
I know, it was big. It was like big. 2 levels. It was huge. Kind of crazy.
It was, like, I grew up by Lakeside Mall.
Right.
And that mall was like a dirt mall even when it was happening.
Even when it was popping, yeah.
It was popping though. Shit.
But it was where you go to hang out, not where you go to shop. Like they had
we would never go to hang out there.
Money,
they had a Sam Goody and they had one of those kind of like Korean shops that sold like Bugs Bunny throwing Northside on a shirt or something, you know. And other than that, and maybe
They had the like Asian antique store with
Yeah.
the fucking swords and
Yeah,
nunchucks.
exactly.
Like
It just, but the basement had this food court that was shit, but the rest of it was empty, and everybody be down there skateboarding and smoking cigarettes and shit. You know.
I remember they used to have the haunted houses there. Cause
Yeah, dude, Scream Street.
Yeah,
Scream Street was there, and then Lakeside was the
Yeah.
shit. You know, the actual
Right.
amusement park was cool.
What was the Eminem CD that was really popping? Like his third one when he released it earlier, and I remember I got it at Lakeside Mall
It was still going?
I had heard like it got bootlegged and they released it earlier, and I like drove, you know what I mean, Lakeside Mall, Sam Goody.
I mean, in the era, I don't know if it was the second.
It was the third one, I want to say. The one, or no, maybe it was the second.
I'm
one.
gonna say the second one, but I don't know.
It was the second one, I think.
I'm trying to think when that place got kind of torn down, but it was probably after that, 2005.
No, yeah, it was like 2005. It was that was when it lasted till that Target was there at the last.
That was the last leg.
And Target's gone.
Boom. Oh yeah, Walmart's
there.
Yeah.
That Walmart is fucking not my favorite Walmart.
No, that's the fucking.
As far as Walmarts go.
Why is that?
I don't know. Every time I
It's a
go there,
shit
it's just a
Walmart.
shit show, bro. It's too.
Walmart usually is.
Walmart's a shit show, but
Walmart's a shit.
I'll tell you what, the one over there is worse than the one on.
And all of the rest of them.
Well, Pearson,
Colfax and
Colfax, or what is it? Colfax and
Wadsworth.
Wadsworth, yeah. I think that one's better, and that's not saying much.
Because it's on Colfax and.
The nice one's like in Aurora. It's like huge.
Yeah.
Like
Rainbow too.
Yeah.
Rainbow,
because they're bigger. They're the
Right.
condensed
Super.
ones are just kind of shit. I don't
The
know.
super Walmarts.
Yeah, not to take anything away from Walmart though. I mean, I'm not saying I don't go. I'm just saying if I got my choice, it's not the Lakeside.
I
Walmart,
don't go to Walmart, man. I can't. I'll fucking just go to Target. Like fuck it.
I mean,
I'm gonna up it a little bit.
Before they
Walmart.
stopped closing, if you could go there in the middle of the night, it was the shit.
Oh
Right,
yeah, when
right.
everything
And
was
then now that you got to go there when everybody else does,
I used to
good,
go there
you know?
in the middle of the night just to people watch, bro. That
Yeah.
shit was fucking wild in there. Like, what are you people
I like
doing
getting
here?
dressed up,
They don't want to
just
go
so I
home
know
and
I'm like
smack out.
absolutely.